Happy Life, chapter 67. Things that overexcite one's mind, body, and emotion should be avoided. While the soft melodies of good music are soothing, there are others that are meant to rouse lust and violence. They have a disturbing effect on one's nerves. Good books instruct and educate, while books with outrageous and sensual content corrupt and alter one's moral values for the worse. Principled conversations uplift, whereas vulgar ones debase one's character. Steer clear of the wave of indignity that has taken a hold of people and the world. It is so true that there is so much dust and trash out there, readily available to anyone who wants to consume, who wants to be exposed to things that are negative, to things that are disturbing, and content that brings disharmony, whereas it is through a song, through a book, or even companies and conversations. The question is, how do you want to feed your mind, or how are you taking care of your mental dwelling? As Emmanuel says in the beginning of the book, In the Realms of Mediumship. We sometimes takes a lot of care with our home, keeping clean. We take care of ourselves with our physical bodies. We invest a lot of money in products or clothing or whatever that might be to keep our appearance nice. And the question is, how are we doing in keeping our mental home nice, clean, or well-nourished? Are we feeding our minds with things that actually help us to be happier, help us to be in harmony? So whether we want or not, the world has plenty of all kinds of quality of material that's constantly available, and we are constantly being bombarded with information, all kinds of information, right? And that's a huge concern for parents with their children. But even for adults, we have to be careful, and we have to be selective in what are we listening to. What do we listen to when we go, or just before we go to bed? What kind of content are we actually putting inside our minds just before we go to sleep? A lot of times people might find themselves in a very negative and down mood, and yet all they listen, all they read, all they see is stuff that is that brings pollution, that doesn't really bring anything good. So we have choices to make at each moment, and in order to be happy, one of the important recommendations that Joanna de Angelis is giving us here is to don't overexcite our minds and body and emotions. To try to keep calm. It doesn't mean somber, sad. We can be happy. There's a lot of healthy pleasures and emotions and things of the world. They're there to be enjoyed and can be done with harmony. But again, we're in a world of all of us. We're here because of our level of inferiority still. So naturally, we are surrounded by an atmosphere that's very polluted. But we can choose better for ourselves, and that's part of self-love. You want to be happy, you need to feed yourself with things that are altruistic, they're good, they're harmonious. So in everything, in every single little choice, who are you talking to, what are you talking about, what are you listening, what are you watching, choose things that can actually help you to achieve peace, harmony, and that's a sign of self-love. That's a sign of taking care of yourself and actually giving yourself what you truly deserve as a divine being, right? So love is respecting oneself and giving ourselves the best at all times. So steer clear of the wave of indignity that has taken a hold of people and the world. Ask yourself always, is this good for me? Will this bring happiness, joy, and harmony? And if the answer yes, go for it. If the answer is no, look for something that will be better for you.